Well, here we are. Earlier today, Anne posted a picture out her kitchen window, and I said that would make a good painting. She said, yeah, I'll go ahead and paint it. So I'm going to paint it. And rather than just show you the finished painting, I'm going to show you the process. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do what they call a flat wash, okay? Now, this is pre-stretched. I wet it, and I put it on there and let it dry. Okay, now this is Arches, or this is Dick Blick Premium watercolor paper. And what I have to do this thing right is I got to have a brush that is absolutely inundated with paint. And that's what this thing is. I'm going to start right up here at the top, okay? I'm going to lay it on. I'm going to put more in there with a lot of water. Okay, now you see that bead? Okay, that bead is what we're going to paint now. We're just going to stick the brush into it and just let it move itself down. Okay, just like that. Now the reason this paper is on this angle is I have to have gravity do what gravity does, and that's pull things down. Okay, now I can piddly-diddle around with this paper because I'm working quick enough so as it has no time to dry. Okay, we can go up here, we can take care of these spots and them spots and those spots. Okay, now we're going to call that good. Okay, and we're just going to let it flatten out on its own. Okay, it'll all diffuse itself, and when it dries, it's going to dry about 20% lighter than what it is right now. And down here at the bottom, you'll see that there's some slop down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with a clean brush. I'm just going to pick that bead up, because when it dries, okay, if we're not careful, it will pull back up and make a bloom in the paper, and I really don't want that. Could deal with it if I had to, but it's best dealt with by not being there. And this is real time, okay? I'm just getting it off the palette, or off of the easel right now. Okay, just getting it off the easel right now. Notice how that is evening out, okay? Notice how that is evening out in color. Okay, now I'm going to do some adjustments here, just so you'll know what's going on. I'm making some adjustments in the easel, like this. Let me move this around. There we go. Now, I don't need it to run down anymore. I just need it to dry, and that's exactly what it's doing right now. She's a drying. Now, I'm going to help it a little bit with a heat gun, okay? And it does make some noise, so plug your ears. There we go. Now she's drying down. Now I'm going to just pull the curtain down here, just to even everything out. There we go. Okay, now that is step one right there. Now what we're going to do somehow is we're going to clean up a little bit on the palette while this is still drying. Okay, we're going to soak up all of that black that we didn't use, and there goes $5 worth of paint. But that's all right. Okay. They say that things can be as dull as watching paint dry. Well, you're finding out right now. We're watching paint dry. Okay, there we go. That's looking better. I remember where my garbage can was. Okay, now Anne's picture has a whole lot of trees in the background. The question is, how are we going to paint those trees? Okay, I'm looking for stuff right now, getting everything over here where it needs it. Now, we're going to put some of those trees in simply by just doing some scraping, like this. We're going to start getting the trees in Anne's forest in there. Okay, just getting her trees in. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of that gray. I'm working over here. You just enjoy over there, okay? And we're just going to do this. Just like this. There's not a lot of sky showing in Anne's picture, and that's okay. That's perfectly all right. We don't need a lot of sky. All we need is for this to pretend that it's trees. And you can hear how I'm scraping on it, okay? You can hear that pretty well. Okay, we're getting this damp again. We're getting this damp. Now my brush here, you see it's got a bevel on it. All I gotta do is take that bevel and pull into this wet stuff. What it does is it makes an indenture in the paper, and the paint fills the indenture and tricks the brain into thinking that it's looking at trees and tree limbs. And this is exactly what we want it to do. Because if you think I'm going to paint all those trees in there, sorry, I'm not going to do it. Too much effort. Too much. Okay, there's Anne's background of trees. Right there. There's her background forest. Just like that. Okay? We got us a background forest in. Now, let's check this. Now, when you check it, if the paper's warm, if it's like room temperature warm, then it's dry. And that paper's dry. Now, I want to dry this back to the heat gun. Doesn't take much to dry it. It ain't totally dry, but it's closer than it was. And we can still scrape a few more in here. See, one of the things that I'm trying to get across with this painting is you don't have to have a dramatic looking scene to paint. It's not necessary. Find something that interests you and paint it. That's all you got to do. Find something that interests you. When I saw that painting, I knew immediately, boy, this is something that I want to paint. Okay, we're going to use the gun again, so plug your ears. Alrighty, there we go. That's better. That's better. Now, with that same black, okay, now I'm going to put some sienna in that, okay, just give it a little color because it's starting to come forward, okay. our trees are beginning to come forward. So we want some sienna into that. Okay, there we go. Now I'm loading up this brush, okay, and then we're just going to pull some trees up like that. Okay, just some trees, there and here and there, like that. Okay. And now, all of a sudden, what you're seeing is you're seeing woods that go backward, that go back in there. Okay, now, Anne's got a whole lot of little limbs on these trees of hers. Okay, so we take a liner brush like this, okay, and we just go limb happy. Okay, just go limb happy. All the little limbs and branches that we want, go ahead and put in there. Okay. Just have a high old time at it. Just like this. I know she's watching now. I can feel her beady little eyes on me. I can feel it. I know it. I tell you what, if it wasn't for Ann Knighton, none of this would be going on. She thinks I inspired her. She has no clue how she has inspired me. When times were awfully horrible and really, really bad, Ann was there. And I can't thank her enough. All righty. Now, let me stand up and take a look. Yep, we got us a forest a-starting. Very good. Now. Okay. Get these brushes out of the water. I'm stalling, letting that dry down a little bit. Okay, just in case you ever wonder. I'm not trying to work wet into wet on this. So like I say, if it wasn't for Ann, I probably wouldn't be doing this. Ann has been with me through thick and thin. We have never met in person, not once. But I know that Ann has got my back all the way. Okay, there is no doubt in my mind about that. Ann has my back, and I've got hers. She has done miraculous things in 5 years. Gone from being afraid to show her paintings to being on the board of the very art gallery that she was afraid to even go into. All right, now, let me see. I'm ratting around in here going to find some painting. I think I may have found some painting. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm getting some burnt sienna. We'll put a good, healthy squirt of it out there. And we want to mix it with some black because Ann's got a tree right here. Why she put that tree there, I don't know, but she put it there. And because she put it there, by golly, we're going to paint from it. Okay? Now, I'm mixing the sienna with some black. Over here, I mean, just off camera. Okay, mixing sienna with black off camera. And there's a tree that needs to be painted, and I'm going to attempt, there's that word again, attempt to paint it. She's got this scraggly fir tree, and I mean scraggly, but it's her fir tree, so, you know, who are we to say? Who are we to say? Okay, here's my paintbrush right here for this thing, okay? I'm just going to put it here, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint her scraggly tree with this credit card. And that is a scraggly tree, if there ever was one. Not only don't I need a fan brush to paint a tree, I don't need any regular kind of brush, as long as I got a credit card. When I first saw this technique done, I thought, yeah, you betcha. Then I tried it and I did one, and Ann picked up on it and she put one out there that made mine look like child's play. Then again, a lot of my paintings look like child's play, but I have fun doing them, so that's the whole point of the matter. You have fun. And obviously, this can't be too hard because there's no trick photography going on here. It's just me, my little credit card, or what's left of it, and paint. And we're just literally scraping the paint. Scraping the paint. Okay, we're just scraping. We're letting there be areas that are not so full of paint and areas that have paint in them. Okay. Just like this. Okay. We're bringing it down here. Oh, and I want to thank you for real, my dear, for giving me permission to paint this. Because I'm having a great time right now. I really, truly am having a super time. And this tree's coming right down here, and it's just getting lost in this snow. Because Ann is still up to her doot-doot in snow. And it just keeps snowing. My goodness. There's no end to the snow. But then again, Ann lives 500 miles from nowhere. And because she lives 500 miles from nowhere, it can pretty much bloody well snow all it wants to. And it does. And it's cool. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to take this. I'm going to tap here and there and here, like that. Okay, there we are. Now, out comes the heat gun. Watch your ears. There we go. That's fine. That's fine as frog's hair, as we would say where I come from. Fine as frog's hair. Okay, now we're going to take some of that same color for that tree, and we're just going to put one or two in here, just like this. Okay, that are a little bit darker. Okay. We'll put them in there like that. Now we get down here at the bottom, and we'll just kind of go like that at the bottoms of them, okay? Because we're gonna fix this for snow, okay? We're gonna do that. You'll be surprised, or maybe you won't be, at how easy that is. Okay, that little tree makes a turn there, makes a turn. That one there, and we have that, and that, and that, and that, and one of those, and a couple of those. Like that right out here, like that. Oh goodness. Now, for some reason, Ann's tree has a tree in front of me. And I'm looking for my stuff to put the tree in front of Ann's tree. Now, I would normally use gouache, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to use this thing called China White. And I love China White. It works well. Okay, and we do have a tree that we've got to put in in front of Ann's tree, like that, okay? Just like that. I'm going to get a little bit more China white, and we're just going to bring that tree into existence. Now we're going to just put his feet in the ground, like that. There we are. There we go. Just like that. Ann's tree has a tree. Yes. Take a little bit of artist's license here, and I'm just going to pull a branch off. Just like that, say. There we go. There we go. There we are. There's Ann's tree. Now, I'm going to take some of this China white, and I'm going to water it down, and I'm just going to pull a little bit like this. And it gives the appearance to the brain that there's some snow here, but it's mixing with the color that is under it so that it's not horribly white snow, because the snow is taking on the color of the sky, just like that. Now, just because we can, we'll put a few drops of snow on her tree, like that, just because we can. Okay, there we go. Marvelous, simply marvelous. There we go. There we go. Now, lest I forget and never be able to live it down, there's the issue of a scrappy little branch or two that is synonymous with Ann's paintings. She started this, and I'm not going to let it go. We need a scrappy branch coming up out of the snow. There he is. It's Scrappy. He come out of the snow. There he is. He's got little scrappy arms. There's one scrappy branch. Scrappy brought some friends. They're over here like that, sticking up out of the snow like that. But Scrappy is there. Okay. Scrappy's there. Let's just use a little of this on the side like that. Okay. There we are. Just a little stuff here in the snow like that. Grab some China white right here at the bottoms of their feet. Okay. And Scrappy's got his feet in the snow. And Ann's tree and her painting are pretty much done. And I, again, want to thank you all so very, very much for hanging in there for this. And I want to thank Ann for letting me paint it. I truly, truly do. And there's the view from Ann's kitchen window. Well, let's see if we're going to get lucky. 1, 2. Are you getting nervous, Ann? 3 and 4. There it is, guys. Ann's kitchen window view, just for you, and just for you, Ann. Thank you so very much, darling, for letting me paint it. You are just absolutely super. There you go. And I don't see Dex. Is Dex hiding out there somewhere? Never thought about that feller. Is he hiding out there? Doggone it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.